got a question for you. Have you got the stamina to stand 2.5 hours of metal mayhem dedicated to Metallica and Manowar? You have? Well then, you'll definitely want to stay tuned, because a little bit later on tonight, Europe's heaviest rock show is going to be bringing you a Metallica Manowar marathon to celebrate the release of box sets from both bands. Now, for the Manowar leg, we're going to be partying in Germany to celebrate the release of Secrets of Steel. We've got interviews and exclusive live performances from the Kings of Metal. And then for Metallica, once again, we've got some exclusive live performances from the Live Shit video, plus some studio footage of the band mixing the soundtrack to the live albums and home video in San Francisco. So check page 280 of MTV Text for all our headbanging festivities, and then stay tuned for one big party. It's the Headbangers Ball Metallica Manowar Marathon, and it's coming next. All kind. Now, if you have the stamina to stand 2.5 hours of metal mayhem dedicated to Metallica and Manowar, then you have found the right show, because tonight the Ball proudly presents our Metallica Manowar Marathon. Now, first up, we're going to be partying with Manowar in Germany to celebrate the release of their Secrets of Steel limited edition box set. We got interviews, live performances, you know the format. And for the Metallica Marathon, we're going to be heading over to San Francisco for an exclusive report of the band mixing the soundtrack to the live video and CDs it contained in their Live Shit box set. So loads of competitions, exclusive live performances, interviews, everything you ever wanted to know. It's our Metallica Manowar Marathon Headbangers Ball. welcome back to the Headbangers Ball Metallica Man of War Marathon, coming to you from Germany. Now, a little earlier in the show, we were partying with Man of War to celebrate the release of their limited edition box set, Secrets of Steel. But right now, it's time to turn our attention to the mighty Metallica. On the 22nd of November, the band released a limited edition CD and video box set entitled Live Shit, Binge and Purge. Now, this phenomenal package features 3 live videos, a triple CD, a Metallica logo stencil, a 72-page booklet, a pass to their snake pit. Of course, it's a real collector's item. So who better to tell us about it than Metallica themselves? We're now going to bring you an exclusive report from San Francisco, from the studios where Metallica mixed the soundtrack to the home video and the live CD. So over to Metallica.
Kick-ass live project, man.
9 hours, man. Strap yourself in.
You film some good shit.
What's going on is that basically this project that started out as this kind of like, let's do a live type of video from the last tour, has turned in to this kind of mega project that is now the biggest thing that we've ever been involved in.
I'll take it well, the action is. James is just listening to if he's singing a tune or not. It has nothing to do with the project.
Well, the plant here in Sausalito is basically the center of operations.
We got one room's Seattle, the other room's Mexico City, the other one's San Diego. Trying to mix 3 different things at the same time.
The 70s vibe. Yep. Then we go in here. See, in here, he does all these, this is where he just edits the songs together. What are you doing, printing samples or something?
Something like that.
He prints samples also, like kick, snare, and samples.
Kicks. Listen to that kick.
Yeah. Prints kick samples and stuff like that. It's very big. Over here, that's the board.
You basically got 3 full gigs, one from the Justice tour up in Seattle, and 2 from the last tour, 1 early in the tour, 1 late in the tour. 2 on video, 1 on CD, you figure it out. It says on the package.
This is where we mix Mexico City. But you know what? The guy, Mike Fraser, that's mixing Mexico City, he's temporarily not here, but I'm sure he'll be back real soon.
And a big kick-ass book with all kinds of stuff that no one really should see.
Exactly.
Or probably wants to see.
Come on. Welcome to Seattle. This is the Seattle room. This is this guy's name is Jim. He's got the video up there, and he sits and tweaks in all the audio. He sits here and goes a little more of this and a little more of that, and a little more drums, a little less of everything else. And, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have him a little cutting, but just his frequency's cut. So maybe even them out just a little bit.
Running back and forth, approving stuff, trying to figure out where you are.
Very confusing. We've lost total track. It's all one big blur.
Let's go back on tour.
Down in LA at the moment, we've got both of the guys that are doing each of the videos. Michael Solomon doing the Seattle stuff, and Wayne Isham doing the San Diego stuff. They're down there editing their hearts away down there and sending up tapes every couple days and approve this and check this out and what about this effect and blah, blah, blah. And
check this out, Metallica. Check it out, we got this. These are all the images. Look, Metallica. We don't have enough tapes. Look, Metallica, 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 Metallica everywhere. Metallica, Metallica. It's enough to make me weep. Metallica, look, look. See? Metallica. Down. Metallica.
We have 83.5 hours of film that we shot to get this right here, 2.5 hours. Another ratio seems to be a little out of whack, but we wanted to make sure we got every expression, every innuendo, every drop of sweat, every head-banging element that is the essence of Metallica. This is 2 nights in San Diego, so which is a luxury in concerts that we are able to get when we get our shit together on the second night, but 2, it created an atmosphere that we didn't have to surround the band with, you know, 30 cameras to get all the coverage. I prefer to have less cameras and more time to shoot the guys because, you know, every day is going to have a different spontaneity, it's going to have a different energy, so we are lucky in that sense.
Instead of having, you know, one video guy and one audio guy come in and do the whole thing, that we thought that it would be nice to kind of put some different flavors, some different vibes on all the different gigs and the different atmospheres and attitudes and so on. So we got 3 different guys mixing the 3 audio segments and 2 different guys doing the 2 video segments. So you basically got 5 different guys putting their individualities on what's going on.
We're compiling the 2 concerts here at the company. We shot with 8 cameras, 2 nights, and we did 1 night that was just a crane on stage shooting drummer shots. I'm really excited to work on this project. Actually, I was quite surprised when they called me. I called them maybe every 2 months for the 1.5 years after we shot it. I was waiting for them to give me the go-ahead to start. And then 3 years later, about 2.5 months ago, they just gave me a call, and I was very happy that we finally got to finish it, because I think it actually turned out really well.
Both are full of energy, but they're 2 different kind of kinds of energy. One's more of a bigger kind of place, and the other one is really a lot more up close, sweaty kind of vibe, which is the Seattle stuff.
What else? Is that all you get?
It's in a road case.
It's in a road case, man.
Actual road case. It got washed, so it shrunk. It's one of Kirk's guitars.
We basically came up with the idea of dumping all the different gigs and all the different things basically into like a Metallica type of road case.
Chocked full of metal.
Hey, but wait, you also get a stencil.
Don't answer yet. How much would you pay for this?
Jason and Kirk are probably Betty by now. It's getting rather late.
I'll be in tomorrow to pick up the tapes. How's it going in there? What does it sound like? I'll be in tomorrow to pick up the tapes. Did Kirk pick up the tapes? No.
To answer your question, Kirk and Jason are out somewhere having a life right now.
Drinking, partying.
We're almost done, and new stuff is coming in.
Go the other way.
In boxes, we're getting more stuff. I can't believe it.
There's way too much Metallica stuff. There's a video from San Diego. There's a video from Seattle. There's 3 CDs from Mexico City. There's a booklet with all kinds of crap in it, pictures and photos and documents and crap you shouldn't ought to see. And also you get a little stencil of the scary guy, which has kind of become our logo for over the last couple of years or something. So you get to go stencil your school or whatever you should not do also. So there's way too much stuff for even the greatest Metallica fan, man.
There you go, that was our exclusive report from San Francisco featuring Metallica mixing the soundtrack to the live CDs and home video as part of their Live Shit Binge and Purge collection. Over 9 hours of Metallica music featured in that very battered flight case box. Brilliant presentation there from the band. Now, as I said, they are limited edition flight cases, but as ever, it's big November for you, and we have a big competition to go with it. We have 5 Live Shit Binge and Purge box sets to give away for you tonight. And to enter the competition, all you have to do is tell us the name of the box set. Not too difficult, is it? Anyway, you certainly don't need to be over 18 to enter, so get your entries in. That is Metallica Competition, MTV's Headbangers Ball, PO Box 1384, London, NW1, 8UH, and that's in England. So do get your entries in if you want to stand a chance of winning that exclusive Metallica box set, a collector's item of a lifetime. Right, we're going to take another short break on the Headbangers Ball Metallica Man-O-War Marathon. After that, we are going to be revealing the brand new fan club addresses for Metallica. They've just set up some new fan clubs. We're going to show them to you right after this short break, so stay tuned. Letters into Headbangers Ball, and all you Metallica fans out there been asking us for a Metallica fan club address. Now, up to now, there hasn't actually been a proper Metallica fan club, but all that's changed. They've set up several fan clubs around Europe, and right now, let's have a look at those addresses that you can write to join the Metallica fan club. the official addresses where you can write to Metallica. Several of them set up across Europe, as you saw, and if you didn't have a chance to write the addresses down just then, you can check them out on page 280 of MTV Text on the Headbangers Ball section. Now tonight in our Man of War Metallica Marathon, we have been celebrating the release of the Metallica box set, Live Shit, Binge and Purge. Over 9 hours of Metallica live, and here are just a few minutes of them. Here's an exclusive performance.
Feel my fear of what's out there. Cannot breathe the open
Headbangers Ball bringing you an exclusive live performance excerpted from Metallica's Live Shit, Binge and Purge box set, video collection, CDs, you name it, it's in that little flight case. And we're going to continue now with a look at some of the highlights of Metallica coverage on Headbangers Ball. Of course, the band have been out on the road, on tour for over 2 years in support of the Metallica album, and Headbangers Ball caught up with them on several occasions. Let's see some of those highlights when we went into the snake pit and all that kind of thing. And then after that, we're going to have a short break and we'll be back with the Metallica rockumentary. So stay tuned if you can stand the pace.
We spent a few days with Metallica during rehearsals in Peoria, and here's a full preview of one of the most anticipated tours of the season. The byword for Metallica's new tour is innovation, and they're not kidding. There are several features to the evening with Metallica that are not your typical concert fare. First thing, instead of an opening act, Metallica will show a half-hour documentary on the history of the band.
I think the night of Metallica, or whatever it's going to be called, is a cool idea. And incorporating video with history of the band, especially at this point, I think we have a lot of newer fans that don't really know a lot about the early stuff. So it will be nice for them to kind of understand what Metallica is about.
When Metallica takes the stage, it's a stage in the form of an arrowhead. There are front row seats on each edge and an audience pit right in the middle of all the action. There's a drum set on either side, and the band is surrounded by microphones.
James could be doing a lead vocal from this point over here. I could be doing a backing vocal from here. Kirk could be doing a solo on, because he has pedals all over the stage, could be doing a wah thing over from this corner, and there's 2 drum sets. Usually there's just one up on one side, and then it moves and rotates, okay? So at any given time, any given song, any city, any country, any day, the focal point for each song is different.
For the hardcore fans who buy Metallica bootlegs, a special section of seats, the taper section, allows fans to bring tape decks and video cameras to record the show. It's a move that flies in the face of the conventional wisdom that bootlegging hurts legitimate record sales.
There's one other band that does it, and look where they're at. One of the biggest bands around now. That's a Grateful Dead for you people who don't know.
With so many changes to their usual show structure, particularly the stage, there was a little trepidation at the final rehearsal.
I think half the battle is going out there and seeing it right now. I mean, it physically being there. I mean, we've come a long way with it. Now we just have to get used to playing on it.
Like right now, there's so many things that we're throwing ourselves out into with this no opening act, kits in the middle, a movie before we're playing. It's like 2 drum kits, this really weird shaped stage. It's like, we don't know what the hell is gonna happen, but at least we have the balls to try it.
Almost that tour that everybody said it shouldn't happen just because it's too cool a tour. And we have such a camaraderie with the Metallica guys, so it's sort of like this little mini army that's just going against all standards and all the rules or history.
What you basically have out here is you have 2 full, you have all the steel and all that crap, but you have 2 bands that have basically each their own production. We have our whole thing with the mirrors and the snake pit and drum kits that flip around everywhere and all that kind of crap. We wanted to do this right and give the kids, I mean, we could have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars a week if we had had the same stage set up, both of us, the same lighting rig, the same everything.
We didn't feel it would be right for Metallica to come and do like a normal an opening act amount of playing time on stage. That would really be unfair to their show and would kind of make them look smaller, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted them to look as big as they are.
Haven't noticed I ain't playing a guitar tonight. For obvious reasons.
Montreal was just really creepy. Nothing against the people in Montreal. We had a great time hanging out there. I think it was the building itself.
It was like the first show back after like 4 update. So Axel had some problems with his throat and so on. So we're back again, Montreal. Everybody was very excited to be back and playing. And for the first hour and 10 minutes or whatever we played, I mean, it was great. It was really good for us. It was looking to be one of the best ones.
Basically, our pyro guy will come in and say, you know, if something's going to be changed. If not, he won't come in there and everything will be the same every night. He came in and said, okay, the fade to black stuff is going to be out on the wings, so don't go out there. I said, okay. But he didn't specify that it was in addition to what's already there. So I walked from the wings right onto where one of them was and just...
The last couple seconds before the cue, I knew it was just eerie. I could just tell that he shouldn't be standing where he was standing. And then the flame from hell just comes. It's like moving down the stage, 8 feet tall, and just completely engulfs him.
We got a friend of ours, brought him out from a band called Metal Church. He's filling in for us. I want you to give Mr. John Marshall a hand over here. All right.
So how are you? What is the prognosis with your arm? Let's get that over with.
It sucks.
I mean,
it's burnt. Well, it was minor second degree, most of this arm, a little on the back of this one, but the back of the hand is where it was the worst. And right here is, okay, that's where my wristband was. So I'm all right here. Should have a longer wristband.
Hey, hey!
Okay, we're not backstage, we're under the stage, and Lars is actually warming up for the gig tonight, so he wasn't able to be here to show us around himself, but I've got the next best person, and that is Ian Jeffrey, who is Metallica's tour manager. So how long have you been working with Metallica?
Ever since I've been second best to Lars.
How long?
About 4.5 years, middle of '88.
Okay, and right now we are, as I said, under the stage. This is all Kirk's equipment here.
It's all James here. This is where James lives when he's down here. When there's other stuff going on, he doesn't need to be up. And Andy here tuning his guitars, and we can't get over here, I don't think, but Lars lives here as well, and then Kirk is over the back, and over to the left here we have Jason.
It's a great atmosphere down here. Actually, I'm going to show you something which we're probably not allowed to show you, but the whole of the ceiling is plastered with pictures of scantily clad young ladies. So there you go. That's what Metallica... young ladies. So let's move on a bit, actually. You're going to take us down to the snake pit. So if you want to follow us. Okay, this is where Lars' drum kit is being set up. And
before the show, everything is hidden. The stage is completely clean, and this is where Lars' kit belongs.
And it moves about a bit, does it?
Well, who told you that?
We mustn't give all the secrets away before the show. Let's go to the snake pit now. Sorry. Right. Okay, we're heading. Are you still okay? All right, we're heading up to the famous snake pit now, and this is actually the diamonds in the centre of the stage. So how many people can fit in here?
Well, it varies, but for the UK and Europe, basically 85 people.
85?
Uh-huh. Just because of the health and the fire rules here in Europe, they're a bit more stricter than America.
And what's the sound like when you're actually in the middle of the stage?
You can see hanging above us here, we've got 2 monitors here which give a complete mix of what's going on out front, and there's a small monitor here to see what's going on the video screens out front.
Okay. So how did you get into the snake pit?
Oh, friends.
Friends of friends, there you go, that's how you get in there. Let's carry on. Should we you take us up onto the stage?
Absolutely, let's go up
okay. Okay, this is one of the ramps up to the stage, and I feel very privileged to be doing this, to run up one of these rock and roll walkways. Ian is still with me. We're actually going to go up onto the stage. So Maybe you could tell us a little bit about how long it takes to set the stage up.
Well, as you see, basically, this is our Shape of Diamond stage here at the NEC. Our crew moved in at 7 o'clock this morning. They get finished about 5 o'clock, so we're looking at 9 hours to get the whole thing ready.
And then take it all down and move on to the next venue.
It's always a bit quicker going out, about 2.5, 3 hours on the way out, and then on to the next venue. That's correct.
Okay, well, let's go down onto the stage a bit more. Come on. Let's see some of the Metallica fans. Live album and home video. Tell us a little bit about those.
Let's see, where do we start? I think the best way to is some of you guys out there might be familiar with a couple years ago, Queensryche did like this little package, kind of a box thing that had some videos and CDs or cassettes, whatever configuration that you bought. That's the idea we're going with. We're not trying to do like, you know, a single album, a double album, a single video, a double video, and another CD with a different cover and 3 other songs. It's like one package. If you want this thing, you have one option. You buy the whole thing. It's going to have about two. I'm seeing all these people everywhere, and I'm sitting here waving to everybody. It's going to have a whole show on video from San Diego early in the tour, and about half hour of stuff from the Justice tour from Seattle in '89 of all the songs that we didn't play and so on this tour. And it's got a whole show on CDs and cassettes or whatever configuration that you buy from Mexico City later in the tour, and you can see it's 2 different set lists, it's 2 different, you know, we're playing a lot better obviously as the tour moves on and so on. It's going to be, you know, have the usual 712 live photos and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be the definitive live Metallica pack. It's not going to be so much for all the people that just know Metallica from, you know, Enter Sandman or whatever, but it's going to be for the fans that have been with us for the last 12 years and so on. I think for them it's going to be something that they really get off on.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next segment, but right now we're going to show you a little bit more of Metallica as they are at their best. Here they are live.
More from the heart, forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never care for what they do, never care for what they know, and I know.
Hi there, and welcome back to the final part of the Headbangers Ball Metallica Manowar Marathon. Now, over the Metallica leg of our marathon, we've been bringing you right up to date with the band. We crossed over to San Francisco for that exclusive studio report, and of course, we brought you that special competition to win one of those limited edition box sets, Metallica Live Shit Binge and Purge. But to finish off tonight's program, we're actually going to dig deep back into Metallica's past with MTV's Metallica rockumentary. Now, this program traces the history of the band since their formation in San Francisco in the early 80s, right up to the Metallica album. So here we go, MTV's Metallica rockumentary.